Hi guys, my name's Kenzie, and probably by the title of this video you've already worked out I'm going to be doing an Instagram pics my makeup type video. I'm really excited to do this, and this is the look that I get in the end, so if you'd like to see what products created this, go ahead and keep on watching. I just did a little poll on my Instagram last night. It was, I picked 2 products out of all the categories and just asked which ones you wanted to see, and this is the results. So just to prep my face, I've just washed it with the Drunk Elephant Peaky Bar, and then I put on my Proteiny Moisturizer, my B Hydra, and C Firmer from Drunk Elephant, and this is my everyday base. And I also use the Shaba Complex Eye Serum. So now, let's get started. So as most of you know, I always start my makeup off with my eyes, and my eyeshadow base is usually my concealer or a concealer. So my winning concealer today with 51% was the Tarte Shape Tape. I use the color Fair Neutral. So I'm just gonna pop some of this on each eye. Oh, that's a bit chilly. And blend it out with my sponge. Oh, that was a lot. I don't usually use this one on my eyes. And now that my eyelids are all primed, we're gonna go in with eyeshadow. So the choices for the poll were the Kylie Cosmetics Take Me On Vacation palette, or the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. And the Beauty Killer palette won with 59% of the vote. So this is the Beauty Killer palette. I'm gonna start off with this shade here. It's called China White, and I'm just using that to set my base and just give me like a nice, so that nothing's too sticky and everything blends really well on my eyes when it comes to it. So I'm now gonna go in with the crease color Courtney. So I'm starting to think I want to go for like a smoky eye type look. It's something that I don't really do, and I think the black in this palette called Black Rainbow is really pretty. It's like a black shade but with like rainbow glitter, and I think it could look really cool and then like smoke out the under eye. But I'm gonna use the color Star Power like in my crease for it. So I'm just gonna take I forgot how intense this eyeshadow was. Holy wow. Okay. Fluffy Blender by Holy Grail Cosmetics, and just really try and like blend that transition in the pink and like make it a little less. I'm now just gonna take the color Vanity. I'm gonna keep it really low. And just blend it down. So I'm just using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to get like a really nice clingy little base right on the bottom of my eyelid. So now I'm just going to take Black Rainbow here on a Zoeva 232 brush, and I'm just going to pick a bit of that up. I'm going to tap it off to start because we don't want to start too intense, but then I'm just going to start tapping it on to where I just laid down that concealer. I didn't tap this side off, and I can already tell. And I'm just going to go back and forth and build up that shade over my eyelid. So I'm finding that the actual little rainbow specks aren't coming off onto my eyes that much. But I am pretty happy with like how easily that pigment built up. Like I think that was really easy for me to get like a black eyes without using like a cream paint pot underneath. I'm now just going to take a Holy Grail fine blender brush. It looks like this, and I'm just going to blend with no color pigment on my actual brush. And I'm just going to blend like the top of that there a little bit upwards. I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of this Vanity shade, and I'm just going to blend that into where the pink and the black meet as well. Alright, and because I just really want to be able to like see the rainbow glitters, I'm going to use my very limited MAC Fix Plus and just wet it on my brush. And then hopefully I'm starting to see glitters, but like not as much as I want. So let's use my finger. Alright, yeah, now you can see it's starting to get glittery. I just feel like I'm working too hard for this. Look at all this fallout just so I can get a little glitter on my lid. Like this color should just, the glitter should just come up. It shouldn't be this hard for me to get it. Let's clean up under my eyes, and then I'll tell you what I think about this. Okay, so now that I've cleaned that up, let's just talk about the fact that I'm glad I didn't do foundation first. I'm glad I always do eyes first because that was a mess. And secondly, I don't think it should be that hard for me. Like, if you're gonna put glitter in a shadow, why is it so hard for that glitter to be on my eyelids? I'm just saying. Like, it shouldn't take me that much effort to get glitter on my eyelids if you're gonna put it into the shadow. I'm not overly impressed with that eyeshadow, but I am impressed with this look. And honestly, this is the second time ever I've done like a black smoky eye like this, and I'm impressed with how well I've done. So yeah. Alright, so I've just zoomed you out a bit, and now we're going to get started with the rest of the face. The two options for primer were the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer or the Too Faced Hangover Primer. And with a 66% vote, the winner is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I haven't used this in a little while. My friend actually gave me this one. I had this like 3 years ago, and I did like it, but it wasn't something that I constantly reached for because I have more of an oily combo skin type. But I always think I need moisturization now just because like that's important for keeping my skin nice. Okay, so it's got the cute little like pump, so I just pump a bit on my, I'm just gonna go a little bit extra. I like moisture. I think this smells so beautiful. It's really coconutty and just like, I don't know, I just love it. I don't think the smell is too strong like once it's on your face, and it leaves like a nice like glowy sticky base for your foundation. So I'm really glad you guys picked the Too Faced Hangover Primer because with a whopping 73%, my foundation that you guys chose was the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. I have the shade Light 47 Neutral, And this is like a drying matte, like heavy full coverage type foundation. So I'm really glad you gave me something with like some moisture in it. But yeah, I'm just gonna like put some onto my wrist, and then I'm gonna use a brush to apply it. I'm just gonna tap some onto my thing and then just start building it up over my face. Then after I apply it with a brush, I like to use my Exo Beauty Flawless Finish Sponge just to, well, give me a flawless finish and just go over everything. And make sure it's like a nice smooth base. And then next up we have concealer. So we're going back in with my Tarte Shape Tape. So as you all know, it won by 51% to the Fenty Matchstick. I think I forgot to tell you that earlier. So I'm just going to use that to conceal and brighten my face now. So I'm pretty happy with how that's all blended in now, and I'm going to go in with my setting powder. So my setting powder poll was between the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder, which I really enjoy for a drugstore powder, or the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. And the Too Faced won by 68%. So I'm going to use this now. So I'm just going to tap some. That was way too much. I'm never going to use all of this powder on my face at once. So I just tapped some into the lid, and I just get some on my brush. That's a lot. And go under my eye. And then blend that down into my cheek. I like this powder because it just really like smooths over my face. Even when I don't use like a primer or like a pore minimizing primer, I know that if I use like this setting powder, it always like just, I don't know, gives me like a really smooth complexion. Well, that's great. Thanks. Next, I'm going to contour my face. The options were between the Revlon Sculpt and Highlight Kit, the one that's like a collab with Chloe Morello, or the Kat Von D Shade and Light. With a huge 78% of the votes, the Kat Von D Shade and Light won. So because I'm quite fair, I don't really touch this color at all. But this is my contour shade and this is my bronzing shade. However, I'm not using this to bronze today. So I just tapped my brush in, and I like to just do this on the edges of my face first. Alright, so I'm gonna bronze now, and literally like for 14 hours, it was neck and neck, 50%, like for 14 hours, that bronzer no one could decide. And then somehow, I don't know, 1 or 2 extra people must have voted, and the Benefit Hoola bronzer pulled ahead. I do have it in a compact, and that's the one I had in the photo, but I haven't opened or used that one yet, so I'm just gonna go in using my one from the Cheek Parade, and I'm actually gonna use like a little bit of both because that's generally how I use it. I don't really use Hoola that much, so I just kind of like double tap light, tap Hoola, tap light again. So the blush options were really very similar blushes. One of them was the Urban Decay, Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Blush in Score, and it looks like this. It's like pink with gold kind of shimmers in it. and I just think it's so beautiful. It's one of the first blushes I ever owned, but its competitor is a cult fave, and it won with 68% of the vote, and that is the NARS Orgasm Blush. This is my only NARS product that I own. I think I got it as a sample once. I don't think I've bought anything from NARS because nothing's really intrigued me that much. But yeah, so you all know this blush. Pink, gold reflex. I don't think I'll ever run out of this, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just going to use that one today. For highlight, the options were the XO Beauty Radiant Glow Highlight Powder called Lucent. And it looks like, like this. And it's so like, yeah, it's clean. It's like a really like natural highlighter, like lit from within type glow. And it honestly like is so pretty. However, it didn't win. The Hourglass, what are these called? Vanish Flash Stick in Champagne Flash. It won, and I got this as a little tester when I was at Meccaland, and it's like, it's beautiful. So we're gonna be using that today. I've seen some people like apply this like straight to their face, and it just hasn't worked out very well. So I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. So basically, we don't want it up that high. I just rub my finger on it like this. And then just tap it in where I want it. And I do think this gives like a really nice natural glow as well, but you can also build it up. Alright, so I'm going to finish my eyes now. And now for eyeliner, the options were Clinique Black Eyeliner or the Urban Decay Junkie Eye. And that won by 63%, which was quite a lot. So I'm going to have to put this here for a second, you guys. We'll just have to deal with that. And I'm going to literally run it into my like waterline. Mascara, like, you guys are legends. You picked my favorite. It's the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, and it beat out the Ciate Wonder Wand Mascara, which is probably like my second favorite, but seriously, this Urban Decay one I love. So I'm just gonna apply that now. Okay, so now that my face and eyes are pretty much all complete, I can put some eyebrows on because they're looking a little bit sad, aren't they? So I asked you guys to choose between the NYX Micro Brow Pencil and the ABH Brow Pomade, and the pomade won by 69%. So I'm going to use that. I use the color Chocolate, and I also use the ABH size 12 eyeshadow brush. So the setting spray you guys picked in my poll was between Mecca Cosmetica's Makeup Perfecting Mist and the Kat Von D Locket. You guys picked Kat Von D Locket by 61%. So I'm just going to use that to set my face. I really enjoy like the fine mist on this. Like you can see there's no big dots. I think it's just so beautiful. And then I always like to just help it dry a bit with a fan. I use this from my Huda palette because I love it. And to complete this look today, we have lipstick. I gave you two options, which was really bold of me. Oh, not the two options. The options I picked was bold because I picked this shade that was like a bright red orange called Limerence by XO Beauty. Or I also picked this Jeffree Star shade called Hunty. So that's the shade that you guys picked by 58%. So I'm just going to put that on now. That's the lipstick. And I believe my look is now complete. Okay. I think something needs to go in the inner corner of this. And I know technically it's not part of the Instagram Picks My Makeup, but I borrowed the Subculture palette from my little brother. He's a grub, but you can check him out at McLean MUA. And I'm just going to use the color Cube in my inner corner with... I'm just going to use the color Cube, see, grub, Cube in my inner corner with just like a little 238 from Zoeva. Oof, grub. So this is my completed look, and to be honest, I really love the way that it turned out. So I have to thank you all so much for picking these beautiful products. And yeah, if you would like to see more from me, you can subscribe to my channel or check me out on Instagram at Kenzie's Collection. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.